Imagine a world where the skies are empty, the cities are ruins, and only a few remain to guard the last of what has remained. A lone man patrols the wasteland, repairing machines that keep humanity alive, or at least that's what he thinks. But one day, he stumbles upon something he was never meant to see, a mysterious signal. A hidden truth buried beneath all the lies, and a familiar face from a past he doesn't remember. As the pieces start falling into place, everything he knows begins to unravel. Who is he really? Why is he here? And what if the real enemy has been watching him all along? Stay with me now. Welcome to Peak Plot Recaps. If you're here, you're probably ready to dive straight into some epic movies without the boring stuff. We're all about breaking down the coolest and most intense stories from the screen, quick, simple, and straight to the good parts. First, let's see what we are about to deal with real quick before we jump into the recap. So grab some snacks, sit back, and relax. Today, I'm going to explain a sci-fi, action, and adventure film, Oblivion. Directed by Joseph Kosinski, this movie takes us to a post-apocalyptic Earth filled with mystery, deception, and jaw-dropping revelations. With a 7.0 out of 10 IMDb rating, Oblivion delivers a visually breathtaking and thought-provoking story about identity, purpose, and the shocking truths hidden beneath the surface. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button. And now, spoilers ahead. The story begins in the year 2077, and Earth is not the planet we know anymore. Decades ago, an alien species known as the Scavengers, or Scavs for short, made an attempt to invade our planet. But before they could take over, humanity banded together and fought back using nuclear weapons, wiping out the invaders and, unfortunately, much of Earth along with them. The war was won, but in the aftermath, the planet was left devastated and uninhabitable. At least, that's the story Jack Harper aka Tech49 has always been told. Jack is a drone technician, one of the last people remaining stationed on Earth. His everyday task involves repairing combat drones that protect massive hydro rigs. They are massive machines that convert seawater into energy for the surviving humans who now live on Titan, Saturn's moon. Jack is not alone in this mission. Victoria Olsen, or Vika, his partner and communication officer, by his side, who works from their futuristic home in the sky, a glass-like tower that floats high above the wastelands of Earth. Together, the two of them operate as a fantastic team, with Vika monitoring and keeping an eye on Jack's missions while he explores the desolate landscape, fixing drones and keeping the scavs at bay. Every day, Jack flies across the wasteland in his sleek bubble ship, scanning over the wasteland for any potential threats and making sure everything is in order. He reports to Sally, the commanding voice from the TET, a massive triangular space station floating above Earth. Sally ensures that Jack and Victoria stay focused on their duties, reminding them that in just 2 weeks, they will be packing it up and finally leaving Earth behind and reuniting with the rest of humanity on Titan. But there's one small problem. Jack can't shake the feeling that something isn't right. Even though his memories have been wiped, Jack keeps having strange, unusual dreams, visions of a life he doesn't remember, a life before the war. He sees a woman, a mysterious brunette, at the Empire State Building, and he can't explain why she feels so real. Victoria, on the other hand, doesn't really question anything much. She just wants to finish the mission and leave Earth behind. She and Jack make an effective team, and she doesn't see a reason to disrupt that. Jack, however, sees things differently. He loves Earth. He even has a secret hideout, a small cabin by a beautiful lake, hidden in a lush green valley untouched by the chaos of war. It's his sanctuary, filled with books, records, and memories of the old world. It's a place that makes him feel alive. One day, a massive explosion erupts in the distance. Jack decides to investigate it, and he sees one of the hydro rigs has been destroyed. Jack quickly rushes to the scene, believing scavs are responsible for it. But when he investigates further, he begins to realize something strange. The scavs weren't trying to destroy the rig. Before he can figure it out, disaster strikes. Jack goes to investigate a disturbing signal coming from the ruins of the Empire State Building. Someone, or something perchance, seems to be transmitting coordinates into space. But when he investigates further, he begins to realize something strange. The scavs weren't trying to destroy the rig. They were trying to send a signal. Jack goes back to his hideout to have some alone space, and while he was chilling, something mysterious falls from the sky. Vika tracks it down and sent the coordinates to Jack. He quickly makes his way to the scene where a massive pre-war spacecraft crashed into Earth, landing in a barren wasteland. While investigating, he discovers something he never expected to find: humans. Inside the wreckage, he discovers 5 sleep pods containing humans, and to Jack's absolute shock, one of them contains the woman he's been dreaming about. Before he can process what's happening, drones unexpectedly appeared out of nowhere, and they start attacking the pods one by one. Jack barely manages to save the woman, but the other 4 pods are completely destroyed. He returns back to the Tower 49 with the woman, and the woman finally wakes up, coughing and disoriented. Her name is Julia, and the first thing she says when she sees Jack, "Jack, is it really you?" Jack is really confused. He doesn't remember Julia at all, but she clearly knows him. Victoria is immediately suspicious. She doesn't trust Julia and insists that they should report her to Sally on the Tet. But Jack isn't ready to take that step just yet. Julia wants to head back to the crash site and see if they can recover the ship's flight recorder, which might give them some answers. Reluctantly, Jack agrees. When they arrive, things take an unexpected turn. Out of nowhere, scavs ambush them. Jack fights back but ends up eventually getting captured, along with Julia. They are taken to a hidden underground human resistance base, but the truth that awaits them is far more shocking than they ever imagined. Inside the resistance base, Jack comes face to face with Malcolm Beach. Beach is the leader of the last group of surviving humans on Earth, and he reveals a shocking truth. Turns out the scavs aren't aliens after all. They're actually humans. Jack is in complete disbelief. According to Beach, the war was a lie. The Tet is not humanity's ally, it's the enemy. Jack doesn't believe it, until Beach tells him to visit the so-called radiation zone. Beach lets Jack and Julia go, urging them to see the truth for themselves. Back at Tower 49, Victoria is waiting. Jack tries to explain what he's discovered, but she refuses to believe it. Instead, she reports everything to Sally on the Tet. And that's when Sally makes her move. Within seconds, a drone appears and kills Victoria. Jack and Julia barely manage to escape as more drones are sent after them. Jack flies into the forbidden radiation zone, expecting it to be a death trap. But what he finds instead shatters his reality completely. In the middle of the desert, another Jack Harper arrives, an exact clone of himself. Tech 52, another drone technician, another Jack Harper, living the exact same life. The two men battle each other, their identical skills making it an even match. In the struggle, Julia is shot. Jack, Tech 49, overpowers Tech 52, knocking him out. He steals his med kit, taking Julia to safety. She's injured, but she survives. Now, the truth is impossible to ignore. Jack isn't just one man, he is one of many clones. His entire life, his mission, his memories, it's all been a lie. Now, Jack has only one choice. He must go back to Malcolm Beach and the Resistance, and together they must destroy the Tet before it's too late. Jack and Julia return to Malcolm Beach at the underground resistance base, now fully aware of the horrifying truth. The Tet is not a human space station. It is an alien machine intelligence that has been harvesting Earth's resources for decades. The war was never real. The Tet destroyed the moon, causing global disasters, and then sent an army of Jack Harper clones to wipe out humanity. The hydro rigs that Jack has been protecting, they're not powering Titan, they're fueling the Tet itself. The drones that he's been repairing aren't fighting a war against aliens. They're exterminating the last remaining humans. Jack is filled with rage and guilt. He has been serving the enemy all along. But Beach has a plan. The Resistance has built a bomb using the reactor from the downed Odyssey spacecraft. Their goal is to send the bomb into the Tet, using one of the drones that Jack has access to. If they can get it inside, they can destroy the Tet once and for all. Jack agrees to reprogram a captured drone to carry the bomb. But before they can put the plan in motion, disaster strikes. Just as Jack is working on hacking the drone, alarms start blaring. The Tet has discovered the resistance base, and it's sending an army of drones to wipe them out. Within minutes, the underground base is under siege. Drones blast through walls, destroying everything in sight. People are gunned down as Jack, Beach, and the others fight back. The resistance manages to take down a few drones, but the battle is brutal. One drone fires at Beach, wounding him badly, and in the chaos, the captured drone carrying the bomb is destroyed. Their plan has failed. Jack realizes that there is only one way left to destroy the Tet. He must take the bomb there himself. Jack comes up with a risky new plan. Sally had originally ordered Jack to bring Julia to the Tet, so Jack decides to use that order to his advantage. Instead of a drone carrying the bomb, Jack will carry it himself, hiding it inside a sleep pod. If Sally expects Jack to bring Julia to the Tet, they should make it look like he did. Jack places Julia in a sleep pod, making it seem like she's inside. Jack loads the pod into his bubble ship and sets the course for the Tet. As Jack flies toward the Tet, he plays back the Odyssey's flight recorder, and he finally learns who he really is. 60 years ago, in 2017, Jack Harper was a NASA pilot on a mission to explore Saturn's moon, Titan. The Odyssey was never meant for war. It was a scientific expedition. But then they discovered the Tet. As the massive alien machine approached Earth, it pulled the Odyssey into its gravitational field. Realizing they couldn't escape, Jack made a split-second decision. He ejected the crew's sleep pods, sending them safely into space. The only ones who remained on board were Jack and his co-pilot, Victoria. They were pulled inside the Tet. Once inside, the Tet cloned them thousands of copies. These clones became soldiers used to wipe out humanity and take over Earth. Jack Harper never fought in the war. Jack Harper was the invasion. As Jack's bubble ship approaches the Tet, he is greeted by Sally, or at least the Tet's AI projection of her. "Welcome home, Jack," she says. Jack lands inside the massive alien structure, surrounded by thousands of sleeping Jack Harper clones, all waiting to be activated. Sally tells him that he has fulfilled his mission and that she is pleased with his performance. Jack opens the sleep pod, but instead of Julia inside, it's Malcolm Beach. The Tet realizes too late what's happening. Jack looks up at the monstrous alien machine and says, "I am Jack Harper, and I'm here to finish this." Beach arms the bomb. The screen fades to white. The massive explosion engulfs the Tet, sending shockwaves across the sky. Down on Earth, the last remaining drones suddenly shut down, their connection to the Tet severed forever. The war is finally over. In a peaceful valley, by the lake house that Jack once called home, Julia wakes up. She is alive. Jack kept his promise to her. He brought her home. Sometime after, we see Julia now has a daughter, Jack's child, a symbol of hope and a new beginning. One day, as Julia stands by the water, she sees a group of survivors approaching, and among them is Jack Harper, or rather, Tech 52, the clone Jack fought in the desert. Even though he is not the same Jack Harper who sacrificed himself, he remembers Julia. The memories of Tech 49 live on inside him. And with that, Jack Harper finally comes home. This is a story filled with mystery, action, and mind-blowing twists. What started as a simple mission became a journey of truth, identity, and the fight for something bigger than one person. So, what do you think about this movie? What would you do if you found out your entire life was a lie? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for us to make more peak recaps for you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.